Hello there, Master Hellish here, welcome back to my Minecraft single-player survival vanilla Let's Play. Here you see I'm doing some digging, and that's because, as the title of this video says, today we're milking? We're not milking anything, we're making a kelp farm. Now, the kelp farm is going to be mainly to produce fuel for our Sky Fortress, but we're not in the Sky Fortress, we're underground. We're under the Sky Fortress, we're under the ground, we're in the dungeons, because this is going to be an automated farm. So I'm going to dig a big hole, plant some kelp at the bottom, fill the hole with water, and then we'll have some waterways at the top leading into a dispensing system that connects into the rest of our item collection and storage system. And then at the bottom we'll have a little flying machine on a timer going backwards and forwards. So that's the plan, and here is the dig. Now, to do this dig, I did move my beacon. Originally, it was on a hill near the base, but I brought it and plonked it right on the top of here, so I could dig this with efficiency 5 and haste 2 to get that insta-mine. And really, it made a massive difference being able to dig the hole with that. So the biggest part of this project was actually digging the hole and then later putting the water in. But for now, that is the hole pretty much done. Time to move on to the next parts. So the hole has been dug, and that's probably the thing that would take the longest on this build. And what I'm doing now is I'm getting ready to actually do the retrieval and dispensing mechanism. So here we've got a layer of blocks, and this is where we're going to design our waterways. We'll have a line of hoppers coming down the middle feeding into this dropper here. Now, the dropper is what's going to collect them from the hoppers and shoot it into our collection water stream system that we already have. So I've got a piece of ice just in front of the dropper, and I'm going to pop a sign there. That should allow items to shoot out from the dropper into the waterways without any issues. Now, we can just then pop our block just on the top there, and there we go. That is how we're going to get our items in there. Now, we've got two things that are going to be quite difficult. We've got to lay all these hoppers and face them into there, which isn't too bad, but we need to take a signal from this and then whip it back round on itself and power it. So let's just remove a couple of blocks here, drop down a second and put a few temporary blocks down there for us to get down and work on. So ideally we want to power this block beneath it, but that is going to be really difficult because we need to take a signal out. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a wall probably about here, so that the tank of water is this side and then the redstone's this side. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, we have to have... I'm not sure. Maybe if I put a block beneath it with some redstone, and then we power this block with a repeater like so. That will strongly power that block. So let's test that. Does that make it tick? No, it didn't. That doesn't work. It does activate the redstone, so I was half right. What if... Yes. Yes, I think that might do it. So every time we get a pulse, it will make it tick. Okay. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but it does pass the signal underneath. That's potentially the difficult bit. We've got to detect an item being in there. Now we can do that with a comparator, and we can put a block here and then take out that signal with a repeater. The only problem is that signal's now got to get back in there. Oh, this is ridiculous. No, it hasn't got to get back in there. Wow. Building in a one-line space is proving to be very difficult. Although I've just noticed we're actually, I think, under the water line here. So we might be able to go across a block. Let's have a quick look. No, that's not under the water line. That is the water line. Right, I think we're going to have to make this too wide. We're going to have to make this too wide and make our tank one thinner. One block isn't going to be too bad. The whole room's quite good. So let's rework this. Now that I've decided that I'm going to allow myself a couple of blocks, we'll take those off and just fill in those holes. Right, so the signal comes out. That's fine. We then immediately run that into a repeater to give it a higher signal strength. Then the repeater goes into... I don't know what it goes. Does it? Can we just bring that straight round? Go away. What? I'm on fire. He's on fire. I can't see a thing. At least I haven't fallen off yet. Don't know, but I think that might do it. Okay, let me just check by collecting them. I need to put something in that I don't mind going away. Okay, so that does work there. Then the question is, how do I get that signal into here nice and neatly? What if I just do this? Wow. That worked surprisingly well. So now we've got our dispensing system working, and I've put some hoppers in down here and the water on top of the blocks. So the waterways is just a very simple placing of water down each side, and any items in the system just gets picked up, it goes into the middle. That is as simple as that. Items float up through the tank and into there, and then when they float into there, they'll come into this and get dispensed out. Now what I've also done, because I did it without recording accidentally, is I've built the flying machine. So let me quickly walk you through this. This is a very simple flying machine. This bit in the middle is what we call the engine, and it's just a couple of blocks of honey with a couple of pistons and a couple of observers. And once activated, this will work its way across the room. So we've got a line of honey blocks coming off that central engine, and we've got a stone block at the end which will also get moved along. Now this could be any movable block. I mean, we could have used a coal block really for that. It doesn't matter. And down here it's not going to get seen. It's just going to be underground on its own forever. And then on this side we've got what is called the return mechanism. So we've got some immovable blocks in the wall here just to make sure the fly machine stops. We've got a little hole in the wall to allow the honey blocks not to stick to the wall, so the fly machine doesn't get stuck there. And then we've got this little return mechanism. So we've got an observer which detects when the fly machine arrives. It powers a block which flips a trapdoor, and that then activates this observer, which is the little pulse that the machine needs to go back the other way. Now on this side I haven't done any automatic way of sending it off yet. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So under here you can see the two pistons that are facing the opposite way, and we've got the crying obsidian so that we can get a block which is immovable, and I've just got this observer here which will power it to start it off. So here is this block where we will have some sort of timing circuit in the wall. I'm going to build an etho hopper clock. I'll do that after the stream though, because to be honest I'm just going to send it off manually for now. So I just gave it an update and away it goes. So the kelp will be planted in the floor around here, and as it grows this fly machine will pick it up and this should turn it around. Yeah, there we go. So I'm wondering if I can hop under here. Yep, there we go. So that's actually a lot of it done there. We've got the water collection system done. We've got the little fly machine done. The next thing to do is actually start to add all the water. Now, with kelp, it doesn't have to be a source block. The bottom, I think, does, but when it grows up, it grows into the blocks, and then it will just float up. But items won't flow. Items won't flow to the top of a non-source block, I think. We need to test this. Right, let's get out of here and test it. Whoa! I survived. I'm a little bit surprised. Okay, we need to find it. Let's just go onto the surface quickly and have a quick test. Because if they do flow up a non-flowing thingy-jobby, let's just make a little hole, like, sort of here. Just come into this and do that. And then, if I put water at the top and throw an item in. Yeah, look, see, the item doesn't float upwards. It needs to be source blocks all the way. Right, so we've got to fill that room with source blocks of water, which might take a while, so I'll go and do that quickly. So folks, I think we are nearly done. So we've got the hole dug, we've got waterways put on top, we've got our dispensing system into our item transportation done. I've got a little hole here so I can get out of there as well. And now, down here, we not only have the entire hole full of water, but we have the kelp planted. Now, I decided to plant the kelp because I had some problems with some of the early layers of the water. I think it was because of the flying machine. And planting kelp helps because when kelp grows into a water block, it will convert it into a water source if it isn't already. That did mean that I had to take out the flying machine, but it's okay. We can put that back, no problem. So let's do that now. So I think it's something like this. Got to make sure that I get this in exactly the right place. So no, that's not right. That's the wrong way round, I can tell. Let's try one more time. So sticky bit there. Did I? Oh my goodness, there's no water, there's no air source down here. Never mind, I'll be fine, probably. Let's just do that. Now there is a chance that this is going to activate whilst I'm here, so no, I'm gonna swim up and get some air. I'm gonna have to be quicker next time. Less talking, more building. There we go. Right, let's go. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so I just built this the wrong way around again. So let's get this right. Definitely have a block there. Definitely have a piston there. And there we go. I think that is that sorted. Now, until I put the detectors on the top, then this isn't going to be a problem. There we go. And I just need a piece of stone on either end. Oh, no, not there. Here. Fantastic. And now, hopefully, if I just add the observers, one there and one there, that'll be ready to go sometime soon. So behind that wall, and I'll try and tell you before I die, I've hidden a standard etho hopper clock. So if you want to know how I'm timing this contraption to go, just look up etho hopper clock if you don't know what it is. We have used them. Oh, there it goes! It's on its way already, and we're probably going to lose our frame rate, because these have been growing a lot, and there's going to be quite a few entities. Yeah, there we go. We're down to 6 frames per second. Now, there is a strip here that won't get harvested because of the shape of the flying machine, so we're just going to actually take those out. We're not going to have them there. And as you can see, all the kelp is floating up to the surface. And now we need to let the kelp be actually collected. So we need to take out our blocks here that is going to stop the kelp from getting to the surface. These blocks were here purely as a system to allow us... what was it to do? It was allow us to place the water at the top. That's what it was there for. Now you can hear the ticking and clicking of that dropper already. And I'm just going to come down here and take out all of these blocks. Now luckily I'm not going to fall down because the water's here. Looks like some of the kelp is getting stuck at the moment, but that will change. That will change. There we go. There we are. As you can see, some of the kelp is shooting up now. Some of it isn't, but that's because the roof was there, wasn't it? It needs to gather its upwards momentum to float through the water. So let's do this one now. So let's very carefully... I don't want to accidentally take out any hoppers. We have got haste 2. I did move the beacon. It was on top of the hillside, but now it's over here. There we go. We've got more blocks coming through. There we go. And the next harvest should probably come sometime soon as well. I don't know when, but here we go. Now we can see down into the bottom from up here because I decided to use a full strip of crying obsidian along the side. The brilliant thing about crying obsidian is not only is it in the movable... Oh, look, there's the flying machine going again. So we've got a few more bits of kelp on their way up already. Fantastic. And that's just going to go periodically. I think it goes every, like, 2 minutes or so. Maybe 4. I'm not sure. I can't remember how I set the timer up. But here we go. The last blocks are coming out. And that is the whole thing done. Now, it's a bit of a mess up here at the moment because we've got items that are stuck beneath the water because there were blocks there. But you can see all the new ones are rising to the surface and coming up into the hoppers, including some of the blocks there. They're all getting pumped out of here. Looks like we are keeping up with the speed of that. So let's go up to the top. And now that the farm's finished, let's see what our reward is. How much kelp is really coming through this system? Because I've not really measured how many kelp are in there, and oh my goodness, there's so much kelp. Oh, great. Brilliant. Well, there we go, folks. Oh dear. I didn't think it was going to be like a massive amount. I thought it'd be enough to keep us going. But the kelp farm is done. Very much done. This storage system up here needs expanding. Even though it's temporary, it definitely needs expanding. And, well, I'm quite pleased with this. We're going to find out how much kelp this produces per hour, and I'll tell you sometime soon, because some people might be interested to know that. But, yeah. Oh my goodness, there is so much kelp coming out of this now. Maybe too much kelp. We're definitely going to have to put a smelting array in sometime soon to make use of this kelp and turn it into fuel. But that is going to be all for now. Thank you very much for watching. I've really enjoyed this little build. It's been a bit weird, a little bit unplanned, but I managed to do it anyway with the resources that I already had. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Take care. And for now, goodbye.